Oh, hi. Is it the second video today? Like the first one I did, it was literally like 5 in the morning. Like I woke up darn early and I was thinking, oh, you know, I have some time. I was excited. I'm excited for the end of this comic. I'm on page 28. And since this morning, even I've done another panel. Let me show you what it looks like with the pencils off. And that to me is looking pretty good. I mean, he looks a little warpy, but he's good. Working on this shit. All right. Got my first panel done, got my second panel done, starting on the third panel. And you can see I've got I added a tree in. I thought a tree in the foreground would be good. I even thought about putting it in between them or like, but it would, I don't know, I think it would cause too many tangents. I saw a really cool Alex Toth fight scene with like, there was literally like a pole right in the center of the room in front of everything. And then these thugs or gangsters were fighting, fisticuffs. And it just added a ton to the like the three dimensionality of the room here. One thing you may not have noticed is I just took these two characters. I had the card guard in the back because I thought Brillig should be in the front, but I realized the card guard is to his left shoulder, so it makes sense to have him like this. These are tiny, tiny figures. They're not going to take much, I don't think. Um, we can't give him much. It'll just look like a mess that's on there, so we gotta shorthand what we can. Now wait. And like I said, shorthand what you can and try and pull it in. Um, so that the readers kind of know what's up. Luckily, I gave him some distinctive shoulder guards, and there's kind of a round shoulder armor as well. And I'm hoping that if that plays out. This is about full size, so you can see it's a tiny little figure. So we don't have to do much. We just have to make sure that the silhouette is good. And the line weight isn't too ridiculous. Not too heavy, in other words. New Cubert School classes are posted today. There is a Basic Drawing 3 course. There is Intro to Animation. Taylor Esposito is back with his lettering course. I actually signed up for that one time, and then the class didn't make, and so they canceled it on me. And I went ahead and just took something else. But what else did I see that was on there? Emma Kubert is doing the um, narrative art course. I am considering it. I haven't taken that course from her yet. And if you don't know about the narrative art courses, that's the important one. That's the one that'll teach you comic book layout and design and panel composition and all that stuff. And the cool thing about it is every artist does it differently. So if you take it from, I got to take it from Tom Mandrake, I got to take it from Jan Duursema, I got to take it from Sergio Cariello, and who else did I get it from? Gio Vieta, who is great. Definitely one of my favorite teachers. Very talented instructor and artist. And each time you take it, you get a different version of the course because you're really just getting the critiques. It's like you're going to get the critiques. That's the deal. And it's very worth it. I'm off the pencils at this point, where I'm just kind of pushing him back a couple of millimeters. All right, let's make sure he has a round belt buckle. We're close. We're close. All right. This might be a bit of a throwaway panel, so we'll see. Ah! I think it looks okay. We're not deep in the forest. I could do like light shimmering down through the leaves or something like that, but we're not deep in the forest. It's still the hedge maze. It's just a part of the hedge maze where there's still a couple of trees. There's one over there in the back. We're kind of on the edge of the hedge maze. You can actually connect it to the. I don't have a map. Maybe I should do like a map and I'll put it like if I do this as a published book, I'll start it off with a map on the inside front cover. And it'll show that you can get to the Borogroves. So it's mentioned in the comic from the hedge maze. You get to the hedge maze outside of the library, the Lost Library. And on the other side of the hedge maze, of course, is the palace of the Queen Librarian. I wonder if I could just black it out. As long as the shape's right, I think that's might be our best possible answer. And then you just have to look out for anything that hurts the silhouette. The silhouette has to be right. So, for example, I think these are a bit off. Just remember, he's gonna be tiny. Actually, that does. You can't really see it on the video, but like I'm looking at it here, and I have a comic here, so I can compare and contrast. Actually, it's too big. It's about right there. And to my eye right here, it reads fine. Like I can see that it's a guy with a glaive, and we didn't put too much detail in. All right, let's do the other guy. The other guy with a spear. I think his name is going to be Deuce. I think that's what we're going to establish on that last panel. I'm wondering if pushing his arm back this far won't really let him hold the spear. That will, right there. Okay. And I think I've blown it on his line weights, but I'm getting back. I'm getting back there. Cast me back. I like how his eyes are two different sizes. All right, Peter. You got this. All right, let's take a look. This is almost like Pulp Fiction, you know. You can see in all the Pulp Fiction, you know, you see the two guys together. Looking good. Looking good. All right. What I've done there. How about that? Something like that. Oh, I got to do a draw through on the spear. Let's do it on separate layer. See, I think I've already screwed it up. It's got to go here. I think that'll do. That'll do. Big. That'll do. All right. Now let's fold it back in ink. Do some drawing in the negative space. All right. How about this? Okay. These guys are looking good. Let's bring the pencils back out again. This to me is more pure when you have the pencils off. It's almost like you're drawing it for the first time. So if you have, you know, energy to add to a drawing, this is where you can add it. And you can kind of see it a little bit better. I do have some foregrounding up here. So the shadow takes the form of the texture. Instead of drawing a shadow in front of them, We're going to make sure that the grass is detailed in front of them. That's the shadow. And if we have to add more, we'll just add more. Right, we got those figures. Now we've got our Jub Jub. By the way, yes, I've got Kasinki. I thought it'd be fun if he's doing his snort move again. Like you saw it in a previous page where he's just like snorting like a bull. And it literally does like a little comic book snort, like right out there. I think that would be cool. Not everyone agrees with my sense of humor on stuff like that. Oh, I thought of a good thing I could do in the dialogue down here. Brillig will say he's out of fuel. That's why he hasn't set any more fires. He's resting up to get his flame back. And then they'll have. Yeah, I think that'll be a good one. Because then that pushes the storytelling. I don't know. Woo. All right. Maybe he's a four-legged. Let's see. Huh. Where we at? Where we at? We're getting somewhere. I'm trying to encourage. Somebody was saying they hadn't worked on their comic for a couple of days. It didn't miss it. Maybe they didn't weren't cut out for comics. I always like try to encourage such people to continue forward. Um, it ain't easy. It's a walking marathon. It's not a sprint. Um, there are people who can sprint on comics, but chances are, you aren't one of them. It's just by the law of averages. Um, I was just thinking about, my history with comics. I started out doing those one page mini comics, and had to do those for a long time. I think I did 4 or 5 issues of Rabbit Fighter. Then I switched up to Ash Cans, and I did. Um, I remember the day I finished my first 8 page Ash Can, which is two full, like 8.5 by 11 pieces of paper folded in half, folded into a booklet. Um, and I was like, I will never get this done, you know. Um, so it takes it a while. It takes you a while. I will win. I will win at this. All right, here we go. I will beat this Jub Jub. All right. I think we're starting to get somewhere. I do want to do like a rim light here, or at least push that one out further. I don't think the tree should get wider as it goes further up. I think it should get thinner. So let's shave off some of it. Oh, I think those eyes are too big. Okay. All right. That's enough for right now. I do want to work on my other comic. Oh my God. Life is tough. Please like, follow, and subscribe. I will be working on more comics tomorrow. And then after that, after tomorrow, is the weekend. And you know what I'm going to do on the weekend? Work on more comics. Oof. That's what I do. All right. Keep on rocking, and I will check you later.